kid that went to school with my son at L.A.R. They played baseball together. I guess he'd been out of school about 3 years. And he came through the store one day, him and a couple more kids. Pants were sagging, hadn't been kept. And I asked him, I said, well, what are you doing with your life? He said, well, can't find no job, I ain't doing anything. I said, well, did you ever think about going into the military? And when I said that, there's a few people in here, man, don't you go in the military and get killed. I said, let me tell you something, man. I said, more people got killed in Chicago last year than all the military put together. So you're safer in the military than you are in Chicago. And we talked for a minute, and I told him, I say, a young black man in America, chances are you're going to do 4 years somewhere, either college, the military, or the penitentiary. I said, now you've already ruled out college, so you're down to two choices now, the military or the penitentiary. Man, he looked at me like he thought I was crazy and walked out. I guess it's about 3 or 4 years after that, he came in the store. He had on an Army uniform, and I talked to this kid for 3 minutes before it dawned on me who he was. He told me then, he said, Mr. Mike, he said, the advice you gave me was the best advice anybody ever gave me in my life. And that's what made me feel good. That really made me feel good. To know that he went and did something positive.
The devil thought he had me. But
Some of us came from Coast Cavalry. Some people are stand up and rise. Some people are sit and cry.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber die trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you saw the clip. This is learn to take good advice. I've seen this far too much in my life where somebody who's in a good space and in a good position in life gives somebody that's younger than them advice and they don't take it. Or they blow that advice off like whatever, and then have to come back and ask for advice again. Or what happens normally is somebody gives you great advice, you don't follow through with it, and then time passes and you go, man, I should have listened to what they told me to do or what the advice they gave me, because man, I wouldn't be in this situation. And it's like, the question is, why won't you take good advice? And a lot of times what it is bad advice is more fun to you, or you're listening to people who have potential but really aren't committed. You get what I'm saying? And I say this, and I can say this in different age groups. I've seen people who are in the same age group not take a person's advice who is doing better than them in their age group. And they ask them for that advice. Man, when you was in this, like if you were in this situation, what would you do? Oh, I would do such this, and this. You probably, if you do that, it's probably going to do this. And it's like, I don't want to do that, or that ain't me, or I like the way I do it. And it's like, well, why are you asking for advice? And, y'all in the same age group, and then a few years go by and you pull that stunt where it's like, man, how they here in life and I'm there. It's like, you know exactly how they're ahead of you in life. You wouldn't do what they did. You wouldn't listen to what they were talking about. You didn't have a vision or work ethic to get you there, and they gave you the whole blueprint. But you didn't want to listen. But then the irony of it is, you listening to the other people in your age group who told you, "Oh man, you ain't got to do that. Oh man, don't worry about that. Hey man, that ain't really, let's just do this right now, man. We got, you young, you having fun, man. You got forever to do that, man. And you can put that off." It's like, okay, excuse me, because a lot of y'all are committed to bad advice because it aligns with your inner laziness. But then let me take it a step further. Then you have people older than you who have been where you've been, and they give you advice, but you don't take it because in your mind you got a grandiose view of yourself, like, and I'm gonna be here, and you're not even successful in the way I want to be successful. And it's like, okay, you're right, but here's where y'all make a mistake. Let's just say you 20 and the person who's giving you advice is 40, and when they were 20 they were better at life than you are at 20, and then they got the other 20 years ahead of you. You might want to listen to them. Don't give them, oh, it's different. It's a different time. It's a different day. Things are completely different. It's like, okay. All right. Remember you said that now. Because the irony of it is, going back to what I said about when you're in the same age group, y'all are listening to older people who on bullshit, because they'll lie to you, make it sound fly to you. And you're like, yeah, y'all could do that. And it's like, it doesn't dawn on you, like, this person is living this lifestyle. Even if you don't want to do what they're doing for a living, but this is their lifestyle, right? And this person over here is living really beneath the person that you won't take advice from. So the person that you won't take advice from is living better than the person you will take advice from. And they in around in the same age group. And it doesn't dawn on you, hey man, that's you you're not gonna be where the person with the better lifestyle is. You're gonna be with the person with the worst lifestyle. So understand, when you wake up, in the morning 38 and you're like, man, how did I get here? a lot of hard work and effort. That's how you got in that lowly position. So learn how to take good advice. Learn how to take good advice. The other thing I gotta, because people skip over there from time to time. The other thing is this. No nice way to say this. Stop thinking you better than people who are who are better than you. I have to go back to that point, but stop thinking you better than people. Stop thinking, oh man, this person isn't the cool dad or the cool uncle or the cool cousin. And it's like, let me explain something to y'all. People would rather have a cool life than be a cool person as you get older. I ain't got the energy to be cool because I'm making a good life for myself. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not finna play the ooh, I got my swagger. That's nice and all, but and I'm gonna tell y'all this, and it hurts to say this. Some of the people y'all think aren't cool but have a cool life, the the person that you think is cool is calling that person that you consider lame for money all the time to keep up their cool persona. Just so you understand this, like, that's how that goes. And then those people even separate. So if a person is happy and content and they have a peaceful life, I don't care if you don't like the way they dress. I don't care if you don't like the car or truck they drive. But if they are living good, take their advice. Take their advice. Because some people are living below their means because they're planning for the future. So don't get life twisted with a person who basically is living like they cashed out and they just gonna ball out for now. Because you might like a person because they're flashy, but just because people are flashy does they might, how can I say this? They might spend their last bag on that flash. You don't realize it. You might not see it until a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years later. Then you be like, oh, that's when you say people fell off. But a person who's consistent you know, they're not gonna do that. And that's a whole nother part of taking advice. Sometimes take advice from people who are low key. And I'm gonna tell you this what I mean. If somebody older than you um, wants to talk to you about some things in your life, and they're taking time out of their day, and normally they're gonna foot the bill, and you don't listen to them, and you listen to somebody else, your life is gonna suffer. It's gonna suffer because of that. Because you got to understand something. Um, just because people hang around you don't mean they care about you. So, but other people care about you, and they're gonna give you different advice. See, people who give good advice, they don't give you advice for the day; they give you advice for tomorrow. So, if somebody gives you advice to give you a better life tomorrow, you should listen to that. You should always listen to the advice that gives you a better life tomorrow than the person who wants to give you great advice to have a good time today. Because today gonna end at the end of the night. Night gonna turn in the morning at the same time. You know what I'm saying? The sun's the moon is up at 11:59 p.m. and 12 o'clock a.m. It's over with. But if somebody says, "Hey man, if you do this, and this in 3, 4, 5 years, you'll be straight," that's the advice you got to listen to. But a lot of times y'all don't listen to that advice because that advice takes consistent work and effort. But I'm gonna tell you the other thing about that when I end this. Like he was talking about the young man that was in the military. The people who listen to that advice and take that path, they come back better people with a better life. And that's just how it go. Well, man, I heard you went somewhere. You've been gone for years. You looking good. How you doing? You doing all right? Yeah, they doing good. You like them better as a person. You like the way they present themselves. You like their new life and lifestyle because they listen to good advice. And then the people who just playing around and just have fun with bad advice, you'd rather not be around them. You're like, yeah, I don't like them that much. So it's easier. And it's sad. The sad that I gotta say this. This is easier said than done. But at the end of the day, you should listen to good advice. So like, share, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Catch you on the next one. Peace.